Jennifer, and I'm going to be presenting the Eastern Kentucky flooding that occurred from July 26 to July 30 of 2022. As you can see here, this is an overall map of Kentucky, and you can see on the eastern part all these reds where the flood occurred. This flooding was caused by heavy rain and steep slopes that contributed to catastrophic Eastern Kentucky floods. There was a deadly flash flooding and devastating river flooding to Eastern Kentucky and the Central Appalachia. There was a total of 39 deaths and widespread catastrophic damage. As you can see, this is kind of like a valley. It's surrounded by mountains, and all the water was running down. There was no way for this water to leave, so the water started rising. And there was a total of 24 flash floods warnings were issued between July 26th and July 30th. These are some of the stakeholders: the local emergency management agencies. There were fire departments, police and law enforcement, search and rescue teams. There was a total of 600 rescues in helicopter, transportation departments, social service agencies, community, humanitarian and relief organizations, engineers and construction firms, and of course the media was also there. There was a lot of help provided by different organizations and the community. The Red Cross, they placed over 430 residents and 13 shelters across the Eastern Kentucky and provided more than 6,000 overnight stays for residents forced to leave their homes. They also offer 81,000 meals and snacks. They were throughout the beginning of this time. They were in Eastern Kentucky with around 500 of their employees. The Eastern Kentucky flood relief fund by the governor and the Bashir was able to raise around $13.2 million from generous donations of over 41,500 individuals and organizations worldwide. Distributions and pledges from the funds include $440,000 in funeral expenses to the families of the deceased, and FEMA was also there, and they gave around $4 million in 500 checks to survivors approved by any amount of FEMA assistance. Around $1.175 million was committed to building new homes. Of those, the new homes were $975,000, and the home repairs were around $200,000, with non-profit partners. The U.S. President Joe Biden was also went to the Eastern Kentucky flood once the waters reduced, and he saw all the damage, and he linked this devastation to climate change. Also, the Army Corps of Engineers and other companies of engineers provided inspections to structures. I know for a fact that a company of Palmer Engineer was there, and they provided inspection to several bridges. As you can see on the following page, there was a lot of debris, and some of the bridges and houses had a lot of damage, and they need to be replaced, or there is adjustments to make to repair them. That's why I do believe that investment in infrastructure is very important. It can help withstand and adapt to flood conditions. This includes the constructions of lifts, dams, and thoroughwater management systems. Retrofitting existing infrastructure to meet modern standards can also enhance resilience. Infrastructure investment in flood mitigation protects life and properties and contributes to overall sustainability and resilience of communities. Maintenance and periodic upgrades are crucial to ensure the continued effectiveness of flood infrastructure over time. I have done several bridge inspections, and when we present this to the district, most of the time they ignore the debris that we say that they are under the bridges in one of the piers, and I believe that it needs to be cleared out, not only because in the future can damage the structure. If by any chance there's going to be a flood, these debris can accumulate, and as you can see on the above picture, these are the things that could happen. I think Every year there's going to be more disasters happening, like earthquake, wildfire, floods, hurricanes, and we need to find ways to mitigate these disasters, be more resilient, and find permanent solutions to these events. And it's very important to provide our infrastructure for design to maintenance to reduce these risks of structural failure and loss of life and improve the outcome after a disaster. Thank you.